Did someone ask for the Supreme Patriarch? Well, whether you did or didn't, he's here, so get used to it. So we're going to have Gelt, a warrior priest, and an empire captain with some, let's see, flagellants, halberds. Let's go check out the rest of this empire army here. Gelt is a lot more, I've heard he's a lot better in this patch, and I can't remember exactly why. I need to go, if you guys picked up on it, make some comments, tell me why Gelt was better, but people have been saying that Gelt is actually pretty decent in this patch in certain scenarios. Sons of Sigmar, Empire Knights. Empire Knights got a buff as well. So, Empire had a few units that got buffed slightly. Let's check out the Tomb Kings. I saw a ton of Carrion units, so they're probably wanting to disrupt skirmishers and then do the work with their constructs and heroes. You can see 2 Tomb Prince units supporting Arkhan, a Necrosphinx, and then in terms of infantry, just some skeleton spears, including the Scorpion Legion, and then there's some Shabti. None with great bow. There's a couple of cannons here. There's a Necrosphinx, the Sphinx of Ustkef. So 2 Necrosphinx. That is a significant amount of anti-large. That may be the 1 Necrosphinx, sorry. Yeah, that's the 1. I already saw it earlier and just didn't realize that it was the Legion of Legend. It's like the Outriders gonna push these guys back. A lot of people using Outriders instead of handguns because the way handguns ended up in Warhammer 2, their line of sight isn't quite the same as it, or their arc of fire. Something isn't quite the same as Warhammer 1, so it made them a little more difficult to use. They still do a ton of damage. It's the fact that they get disrupted too easily. Those Ushabti already lost a unit there to the cannons. These Ushabti are going to do some pretty significant damage, but if the halberds can engage them for long enough, they should be able to fight back some of it. The Empire Knights should be able to slow them down as well if they need to, but they may want to focus on the Carrion here. Look at this, the Free Company Militia. That's actually a good unit to slow down Carrion, because Carrion wouldn't do very good in melee against Free Company Militia. So that's a nice guard unit here for these great cannons. So Shabti are getting flanked by the Outriders, and it's doing tremendous damage. Fate of Buna from Arkhan. Comes the Tomb King, or Tomb Princes. See if Gelt has used any magic yet. What if any magic Gelt is going to use? You got the Liber Mortis over here, protecting Arkhan's troops, but it's not quite enough. Gelt's going to come down and fight a Tomb Prince? You gotta be crazy, Gelt. Comes the Outriders over here too. It's kind of an odd... Oh, they're getting chased by Carrion. It looks like they're trying to run back. Wow, one of the Empire Knights over here actually routed. What got a hold of it? Carrion? I'm a little confused there. What happened to the Empire Knights? And then this Sphinx is getting held back in reserve. Trying to see what Gelt's up to here. Haven't really seen any big spells off of Gelt or anything yet. So you got Final Transmutation, Glittering Robe, and Plague of Rust. Looks like the cannons are down. And here comes the Necrosphinx. So the cheap Tomb King infantry's doing its job right now, just holding down the Empire. This Necrosphinx is going to be a problem because the Empire lost their cannons. The Outriders are still here, but they're getting chewed up by Carrion. Okay, Final Transmutation over here on Arkhan. Woo! And it is melting him. Did some solid damage. Yeah, that upgraded Final Transmutation was brutal. It did a lot of damage to the Tomb Prince and to Arkhan. So that was some pretty decent work by Gelt. This Free Company Militia are coming back in. Are they going to try and shoot? Because yeah, they're going to try and shoot into this fight. Another charge from Balthasar trying to finish off Arkhan. Balthasar better be careful. Liber Mortis is in play. These halberds are doing a good job holding the line here, and the flagellants being unbreakable, but here comes the Necrosphinx. The Necrosphinx can still be picked apart by the Outriders, I think, but Gelt better be very, very careful. because he's on that Pegasus, and if that Necrosphinx gets a hold of him, it's going to be a 1 or 2 shot kill. Right now, though, he's attacking the cavalry. All right, Gelt's going to get away. These halberds are wavering over here, and they need to hold on a little bit longer. Skeletons hanging in the fight over here. Looks like the Outriders are free. Those Outriders need to start shooting the Sphinx. And then Balthasar is going to just need to save his magic. It's going to actually be a pretty long fight. It's still coming. Outriders do have a lot of ammo. Right now they're shooting these Ushabti and the skeletons. Arkhan is just kind of barely hanging on to life here. Right now they're shooting at the Carrion, which is, I don't know, I suppose that's an appropriate target because the Carrion should be chasing these guys down to keep them from shooting. Gelt is down here trying to take care of some skeleton spears. There's a warrior priest still fighting down here. Okay, here comes the Carrion, gonna try and chase these guys again. It looks like Gelt is gonna try and help out. They might as well not run away and just let Gelt help KO the Carrion here. Tomb King's units don't rout, of course, though, so it's gonna make it a little bit more frustrating. Empire Captain's still fighting, and the Warrior Priest is still fighting, and of course you can't rout the Flagellants. And then this Free Company militia's here. Let's see what happens here. Shield of Faith, Liber Mortis, so the physical resistance coming in. Outriders are free. They're just kind of firing into the blob. Don't see how the Empire is going to dig their way out of this. Final Transmutation comes in, though. Ooh, it's got a lot of Tomb King's units in there, one of which is Arkhan, and I don't think he's going to survive this. But it was just a regular Final Transmutation, so he did survive it. Gelt didn't have enough magic for the Overcast. Yeah, I'm not really sure how Gelt can pull this back in, and I don't think there's enough ammo left on the Outriders to pull this off. Let's just kind of watch the balance of power here, though, but I think it's going to stay firmly in the hands of the Tomb Kings. Are these guys shooting Arkhan? I think they're trying to shoot out Arkhan and kill him, but there's still Tomb Princes there as well, so... That Empire Captain is hanging on really, really well. Gelt's gonna get risky here and dive bomb in. He wants to take out Arkhan. And I suppose he might as well try because not enough magic. Yeah, this Necrosphinx is distracted by the Free Company militia and not able to kill Gelt. And that's a big deal because Arkhan just died, which means that the leadership on these units is gonna get a lot weaker. Alright, so Arkhan is down. Empire Captain's still tanking against a couple of Tomb Princes. Let's see what happens, folks. Let's see what happens. It's going to be kind of an interesting finish because that Necrosphinx is still out there. There's not enough ammo left. I don't know how in the world you can kill a Necrosphinx. I don't think you can. Even though the Tomb Princes are probably going to be gone here any moment because they're crumbling. Alright, so Tomb Princes are gone. So that leaves only a Necrosphinx. But there's no ammo on the Outriders. This one has like one volley left. Gelt has potentially Final Transmutation if he has the magic to use it. Oh, Gelt. Woo! I don't know how in the world Balthasar survived that. How did he take 2 hits from this thing? That's the luckiest Balthasar I've ever seen. That thing took 3 shots at him and didn't land a single one. The Free Company militia are not armor piercing. And there's pretty solid armor on the Necrosphinx. Leadership is going to be the play here, though, right? Plague of Rust. Okay, he's taking the armor down from 110 to 80. That'll help. The Empire units, though, are getting torn up bad. Magic, fire attacks. I mean, it's taking a toll on the leadership of the Sphinx. And the leadership of the Empire is kind of getting held together by the Empire Captain and Balthasar. There goes the Outriders. Terrified the Halberds. Balthasar is going to try and get a quick attack from behind. Empire Captain gets terrified. And now the Free Company Militia is attacked again. Balthasar going to cycle. Still 5,000 hit points on the Sphinx. Alright, the Outriders going to come back for more. Those Free Company Militia need to get away and start shooting again. So the Sphinx can terrify things. Oh, look. Attacked in the rear. Crumbling. Still got a ton of hit points, but the Sphinx is crumbling. If the power bar can even up for the Empire, it might save them. Yeah, still crumbling. So it's now dropping hit points relatively quick. This is going to end up being an interesting finish. It didn't look like this battle was going to go for the Empire at all. I'm kind of surprised that the Sphinx isn't just, I mean, it's the leadership, I guess. It's taking point-blank shots off that militia. Comes another Plague of Rust, which is going to help it take more damage, and then the crumbling continues.
Take position!
Now it's just debilitated. It's not crumbling the entire time. It's down to 3,000 hit points. Balthasar is going to take another cheap shot, under 3,000 hit points. I don't know how Balthasar is not getting hit here. It's pretty incredible, honestly. But the Sphinx is slowly being worn down against everything I would have imagined possible here. Outriders came back. Free Company Militia keeps firing. Good grief. And the Empire Captain has stayed alive this whole time too, and that's a big deal because he can put decent hits on this. Look at that, Sphinx is going to take another shot from the Empire Captain and Gelt. Never in my life would I have thought I would have seen Gelt potentially ready to kill a Sphinx. Empire Captain just took a big shot from the Sphinx, got terrorized. But now that these halberds are back, the Free Company Militia's back. Gelt is pestering this thing from behind. Oh my gosh, this is close. The Sphinx could still win this though by landing a big hit on Gelt. But Gelt is fast here, and that's going to be his advantage. Oh, the Sphinx is crumbling, disintegrating. Check that out. Balthasar Gelt taking down the Sphinx of Uskif. That was pretty sweet. Thanks, Big Mike, man. That was a fun replay. I thought things were looking pretty bad for you there, man, and you stuck with that fight and managed to win it. I did not think that was winnable for you at one point there, so congrats, dude. That was a pretty sweet finish. Thanks for sending that in. If y'all enjoyed Mike's replay, make sure to tell him thanks in the comments. Appreciate y'all watching. I'll be back with more Total War Warhammer content for you in the near future. HeirofCarthage, signing out.